If you feel like administrative paperwork is continuously multiplying and burying your desk, you are likely trapped in an endless loop with a British institution. You send messages, you wait, and progress seems to stall. When you try to break out of this delay, you will typically hit one of two failure points. If you express anger, the institution redirects you into a slow review process. If you are excessively polite without being firm, the staff will often deflect your request. The solution is drafting a structurally perfect action request email. This message uses the expected tone of civility to navigate institutional barriers and move your request through the system. By the end of this tutorial, you will have shifted your personal grievance into a structured administrative record that requires internal acknowledgement. Step 1 requires understanding the politeness filter. British systems evaluate the tone of your message before they look at the substance. This filter functions as a behavioral regulator for every interaction between individuals and the institution. This flowchart shows how the filter routes your email. If your message contains irritation or accusation, it triggers a defensive procedure. Staff members will detour your issue down this red path into a complaints channel, extending your response time. To reach the green operational resolution path, your message must be written in composed language. Calm interaction fits the cultural expectation of the institution, allowing your request to move through internal systems with fewer barriers. To begin your draft, write an opening paragraph that removes all accusations, frustration, or emotional venting. This split-screen mock-up shows the precise tone calibration required. The green side succeeds because it states the purpose clearly. I am writing to politely request an update regarding my ongoing application. You must maintain this emotionless tone. If the message appears impulsive, staff members may redirect the communication into formal review pathways. Stripping out emotion keeps the request in the fast lane of standard operations. It ensures the interaction remains focused on the resolution rather than the conflict. Now that your tone is calibrated, you need to enter the administrative record. Bureaucratic systems operate through documentation and traceable records. While institutions can ignore an individual, it is much more difficult to ignore a structured file where the absence of a response is visible. Look at this email draft to see how you build that record. You need to create a chronological, numbered list in the email body. Include specific dates of previous contact and your exact reference numbers. This format is effective because a chronological history makes a lack of progress obvious. Once a problem is organized this way, it shifts from a personal request to an administrative file requiring internal acknowledgement. Next, we add institutional accountability. This involves using words that carry weight inside administrative systems to demonstrate your familiarity with their framework. This diagram illustrates the terms you need to use. Incorporating phrases like service standards or compliance obligations signals that your request is informed and legitimate. Combining your structured timeline with these keywords shifts the issue. The staff recognize that the matter belongs within formal operational procedures, which accelerates internal handling. For complex delays, reference external accountability. State factually that your issue falls within a specific regulatory responsibility. Organizations frequently accelerate resolution when they recognize that unresolved matters might attract external review. Using structured data and institutional language creates pressure without confrontation. You are making it easier for the system to solve the problem than to continue postponing it. Even with a perfect email, sending it once and passively waiting can fail. British administrative culture frequently relies on time as a passive response, meaning a single message can disappear within a routine workload. This calendar outlines a schedule for persistence. Set a clear deadline in your initial Day 1 email. Then, set reminders for a Day 5 follow-up and a Day 10 escalation. On Day 5, send a concise reminder asking for progress information. Consistent and measured follow-up signals continued attention to the matter and discourages indefinite postponement. If you reach Day 10 without a fix, you may be facing a limit in authority. Many delays occur simply because the person receiving the request lacks the power required to change the situation. To move past this, use the escalation script highlighted here. I understand this may be outside your direct authority. Could you kindly advise which department handles this level of decision? This method allows the request to move upward without conflict. By acknowledging the limits of their role, you help the request reach the appropriate decision level without making the worker defensive. Effective action requires remaining calm while maintaining steady forward movement. You are aligning with cultural expectations of communication while refusing to let the delay continue indefinitely. Let's review your final draft. It must contain your polite opening, your bulleted chronology, your institutional keywords, and your requested deadline. Once you verify these elements, hit send. You have shifted the administrative burden onto the institution's internal systems. If your deadline passes, stick to your escalation timeline. Follow up calmly and request guidance on moving the mire to the next decision level. Courtesy opens the conversation, precision keeps the issue visible on the record, and persistence produces the final resolution. When these elements appear together,